then, it usually people kind of bail on it.
Yeah, it looks like now. It looks like it wants to go now. So
now maybe it will.
Maybe I'm taking some long in it. Yeah, I'm adding a little bit more on it. It could possibly. This level. Adding a little bit more on it. So I'm long on NIO, guys. I'm actually recording this, but I'm long on NIO. I want to see if we can break this level. On a 5-minute chart, we had to be a really big squeeze. 40.27. Adding a little bit more on that. 40.27. See if we can go this time. Maybe not.
SPY's bouncing.
It's really holding here. That's not good. I was expecting a bigger pop.
Yeah, this NIO looks. I didn't take that. NIO looks to me. NIO looks like it needs to do more. Either needs to consolidate longer here, or it's maybe it's going to drop.
Yeah, I'm actually getting the opinion of getting out of it, but let's see. I'm gonna give it on to 40. Yeah, I was expecting a much bigger move, but I'm long on it now. Let's see if this pullback got bought up. So yeah, I'm long, and let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, got you. Sold a little bit. 40.42. There we go. So I'm selling some. So here's my position. I have 5,000 shares left. That's a good move that I was expecting to get. So I sold 10%. I think this was risk to reward was a little bit messy. I wasn't expecting this one to pull back like that. So let's see if I can actually break the 40.50. So I'm using these hot buttons. These are not really hot keys, but hot buttons. So let's see if we can break a 40.50. This is a strong resistance level in the pre-market as well. I think maybe we might go to 40.60 or something. But the lesson that I was going to actually talk about is why take. Oh, popped up. Okay. Let's see if you can actually. Okay, now that's nice. Nice. Okay, now that's nice. Another 10%. Another 10%. Another 10%.
Yeah, nice one.
I'm actually recording that, so it's good.
It is probably going to go through 41 here now.
Yeah, so I'm going to hold this. But the lesson that I was going to actually talk about is why this first trade I got to stop that, and I shouldn't have taken that. So on a 5-minute chart, it did set up for opening range breakdown. Where's my epic pen? Yeah. Epic pen. Where's my pen? Sorry about that. So there's big ask here, so it's going to go even higher. Sell
eventually.
So here's the thing. I went short. So it did sell, sold off at the beginning, but this squeeze was really question mark for me, and I really, didn't like the fact that the stock is really squeezed back. It came back to test the lows, and I went short, hoping that I can get an opening range breakdown on it. There was nothing wrong with my trade. I have a trade book on this. Stock was gapping down below the VWAP. In that time was minus 4%. Everything was ready for a opening range breakdown. But I shouldn't have taken that trade. The reason for that was this squeeze was really questionable. So sometimes this goes into your trade book that, everything was perfect for my trade book for opening range breakdown, but didn't work out. Why it didn't work out? Because you could see some signals inside the first 5 minutes. And I did take it, but I took a small share size. And then it squeezed up, and I got stopped out, and I lost $1,000 on it. But I flipped my position, and I said, okay, this is going to be now 5-minute opening range breakup, because although this one stock is gapping down, but I thought that now everyone down there short is stuck, and now they got a squeeze. That's why I flipped my position to the long, popped up, sold for the breakup high of the day. On the pullback, I added, few times I added, and then this is the last add that I add that actually we did the squeeze back up. So the lesson that I was going to talk about here is, even though the setup was perfect for a 5-minute opening range breakdown, I shouldn't have taken it. And I mentioned that in the chat that I really don't like this squeeze. That's why I went, I think it was maybe 2,000, 3,000 shares, not a really big size. So it's very important to understand the price action. This is that comes with experience. This is that you have to go in the practice simulator to see that, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Because if you want to just look at the trade book, if this is and then the trade, that doesn't work that, because you can't really identify this. This comes with experience. And oh, wait a minute, what was that a squeeze? Is it, if this was a little bit instead of a full pullback to the VWAP, if this one was just a small consolidation, not a big squeeze to VWAP, then I would definitely take this with a bigger size, because now a setup is ready. But this was a squeeze to VWAP. You don't expect this move to go back to VWAP on a stock that is so strong. So now the question is it going to 41? I think it will. Sell another 10%. Is there any question, guys, for this trade?
I think it's going to 41.
Sure, look, I think this one I went up to 5,000 shares. I think this one, the maximum position that I had was 5,000 shares. So this one was 5,000, and then I added a couple of thousand, and then went up, I did add a couple of thousand. I didn't go into like a 10,000, 20,000 shares on it. I could, but I didn't, because again, the stock was gapping down, and now it's become a super stock, but it really was, I wasn't really keen to do that. So another 10% here is fun. I think it's going to go at least test the 41. Great. Oh, thanks, Federico. My pleasure. So sell another 10%. But do I blame myself for that trade that I got stopped out? Not really. Because although there was a sign for me that do not take this 5-minute opening range, it still is okay. You get out, you let that money go, just use your buying power for the next move. So you gotta let that loss go. I don't blame myself too much, although there was a lesson for me to learn from it. So this is very important to understand that, guys. Sometimes you do something that there is no, absolutely you have no trade book on it. Well, that you should blame yourself. But sometimes you have a trade book, everything is ready, and then you get stopped out, and you question. Sometimes everything is perfect. Oh, it didn't work out. But sometimes that goes into the trade book, into the consideration part. That's why the trade book has we have the presentation on trade book. So selection, identification, execution, and then the consideration. It goes into my journaling that, Andrew, look at it. If this was a huge squeeze, be mindful, be careful. That goes into the trade book. All right, perfect, guys. So I'm going to stop this recording and post it on YouTube. Today is Wednesday, Remembrance Day. It's like in Canada, it's actually a stat holiday, but in US, apparently not. So thanks for everyone who sacrificed their life for us, the freedom that we have. Do we have anything? Oh, tonight we have this psychology webinar with Creda. She's amazing. She is really, really good. She's a psychologist, a performance coach. And the time is at 5 p.m., not 8 p.m. because she lives in Portugal. She's in Europe. It's going to be late for her if she wants to do it at 8 p.m. I really like you guys come and support, because your presence is really, I know the recording would be available, but you're not going to watch this recording. If you don't miss these contents that we're producing, you got to commit to at least the ones that you think is important and just be there live. Nobody watches the recordings. I can see that, from the stat that we're seeing. Come, show the presence and be there. Just get a, green tea and come and just watch and enjoy. All right, guys. Yeah, so this one 41, it's gonna go. Okay, now so the asks are bigger. Oh, there you go.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, there.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so the asks are getting bigger, and yeah, I think, Brian, it does possibly go green for the day. It's gonna probably do a couple of big pullbacks, but yeah, definitely.
Oh, I think it's gonna go green on the day. Can always count on NIO.
Yeah, never disappoints.
Stonks never go down, always go up, right?
Yeah.
NIO always goes up.
All right, guys, thank you to YouTube. See you soon.